All right, guys. So this is a little example of what you're going to get from the interview, from whenever you talk to someone that was alive around there. Look for someone that's a bit older, like 25, 24, a little bit older than 24. Someone who's probably got, big beard, maybe someone who's just, you might think they would have lived through this time in 2001. I was alive during 2001. I'm not going to tell you guys how old I was because I was really, really, really tiny. If I told you how old I was then, I know some of you nerds would figure out how old I am now, so I'm not going to tell you. But what I remember from that day in 2001, September 11th, is I was here in Harlingen, the same home that um, my parents still live in to this day in Harlingen. We were, it was just a normal morning. We we're doing our normal thing. I was very, very little, and I went to the TV in the room where my parents were. And my dad went to the outside to go do some lawn mowing. And my mom, I was with her in the room because she was busy doing her hair. I turned on the TV, and all I remember was seeing a lot of like panic. I just remember seeing a lot of people running and people getting scared. Um, it was just not a good day. It was very scary. And when my mom saw that, she called my dad in. She called some friends. My dad called some friends, and it was a crazy time. It was so crazy that some schools around us the next day canceled school. Teachers were canceling classes. Even some parents were taking their kids out of class to go back home here in Texas, here in the Valley. So this was a very, very crazy time. It was a time where the whole country was looking at the United States differently. It was so crazy that some younger adults, old a little bit around their 20s, were thinking about going into the military. Some of my older cousins were thinking about going into the military after this date. It motivated a lot of people. It made a lot of people sad, but ultimately I saw a lot of people getting really strong after that happened. But during that day was a very one I will never forget because it was very, very dark. But it was something that brought a lot of Americans together, I feel, when I went through it. Now, I hope that your mom, your dad, your grandpa, or grandma have something more to say than I did because I was really small. I remember very, very, very little. So I want you guys to do the same thing. Maybe you'll get something different than what I said. Maybe they'll say more. I'm not asking you to tell your parents to show you exactly what happened. More, I just want you to experience what they experienced during those times. Okay? Thanks, guys. Do your best. Have a great weekend.